Hello, and welcome to my podcast. My name is Michelle Green. I am the daughter of Cleola Cobb. Cleola Cobb, my mother, passed away on September the 7th of 2023. And I am going to do this series in honor of my mom because I think that there are millions of people out there who really don't have a voice when it comes to death. I've lost people who were close to me. My grandfather, December the 28th of 2012. My first cousin that was like a little brother to me, March the 25th of 2013. My stepson, or should I say bonus son, because he was like my own. I raised him since he was about 8 years old. Helped to raise him, let's say that. Lost him on December the 13th of 2015. And I also lost my uncle, July the 28th of 2015. I've lost my mother-in-law in August of 2018. And I've lost an uncle in November of 2018. In addition to losing my mom September of 2023. And so many other loved ones that I remember growing up as a little girl. I remember them being my grandmother's family and her sisters and brothers who we would go visit. I was raised in my grandparents' house with my mom, so I spent a lot of time with the elderly, which was fine with me because there's so much wisdom with the old folks, as they say. I love them dearly. And my grandmother, who is still with us at 98 years old and just as independent as I am, if not more, still drives, still cares for herself, still cooks and cleans and tends to her garden every day. I'm just so grateful for all of my life experiences with those who have passed on and those who are still here. But I'm doing this show because I really want to dive deep into the feelings of the day-to-day walk of losing someone. I feel like most people, after the funeral of a loved one, they get very scarce. I think that there are people who want to ignore the truth of what has taken place because it's just so hard to really accept every day that that person is no longer here. I believe that we fool ourselves into being stuck into a moment. And sometimes it's okay to go back. Personally, I feel like it's okay to go back, period. That shouldn't be a time when someone should tell you when you should or shouldn't go back to the moments that you had with your loved one, to the experiences that you had, whether good or bad, whether right or wrong. But I do think that we all, as people, should live our truth. We should live a life that allows us to feel what we feel. And we should live a life that allows us to truly express how we love that person. Losing my mom out of all these people have been the hardest thing that has ever happened in my life. Maybe because I wasn't accepting of her leaving before my grandmother. Maybe because she was only 73. Maybe I just assumed that I had a lot more time than I did. And perhaps because it happened so quickly. She was sick for like a couple of weeks, but it really wasn't sickness. It was her body shutting down. And with her body shutting down, I didn't find out until the week of that something was very wrong with her, to the degree that I had to go find out, go see her myself, though she lived hours away. I think that for me, waking up every day and having to relive this story that my mom is not here, remembering how much I miss her and the last time I talked to her, thinking about the last hug, the last conversation, all of the things, of course, that I could have done and I should have done and I would have changed. Those are the things that you go through when someone passes away. And it's so different when you are a person who hasn't had the experience. Of course, you think you know what it feels like. You can only imagine if you haven't lost the person in particular that someone else has lost. Pain is pain. Hurt is hurt. Brokenheartedness is brokenheartedness. But for me, I just want to talk about it in hopes that this could help someone. But it's different if you haven't had the experience. Everyone doesn't grieve the same. Everyone doesn't view death the same. And I just want to say today, tonight, whenever you're listening, you really got to give yourself some grace. People around you won't understand when you lose that person that you were close to. And even if you weren't close to them, the way that their death impacts your life is different. This death of my mom is like no other. Losing my grandfather, my cousin, my uncle, my bonus son, and so many other people that I knew throughout my life. It just was different. It was like I could push through. It was like I could go on. it was like I didn't forget about them. I loved them greatly. Anyone in my family would tell you that I was very close to my grandfather. But losing my mom, it just sits different. It hurts. Every time I think of her, I remember that I went through this whole process as the only child on her side. Because on my dad's side, there are several other children. Since I don't know exactly the number, I'm going to say 17. But on my mom's side, it was just me. No other siblings. No one else to talk to about the position or the role that I played in her life. No one else to handle any finances, insurance policies, inheritance of her home or car, what to do with the things that are in her house that are still there right now. There's nobody there to say what to do. There's nobody else there to have a conversation with. And I'm grateful that there's nobody there to fight over anything with. But it's just different. And I just want to encourage someone. No matter who that person is that you have lost, that person that you love, that person that you did not expect that their time would be up so soon. I just want to encourage you that it is a part of life. Everything that has breath at some point will no longer have breath. And even though it is so painful to us, it is in God's perfect timing. He sees it as beautiful. And just as much as we remember them and we can't see them anymore, the ones that we love, that we lost, He's right there too. Even though we can't see Him, please know that He loves us and He's always right there. He's right there with us every single step of the way. So don't live for the ones who have passed on. Live for the one who originally created you to live. I know it's hard. I know it hurts. I know it's painful. But you're going to be okay. Feel what you feel. Write it out. Talk to someone about what's going on in your mind. Speak it out loud. Don't keep your voice hidden just because nobody else is talking about it. Listen. He's right there. Live the life that you were destined to live. That's what living is really all about. And even if you have no clue of what that is, ask. And you'll start to get answers. The pain doesn't go away. It's only been a few months since my mother passed. But every day we're giving new mercy and grace. And with that new mercy and grace, apply it to you first. Because that's what your Heavenly Father is doing every second of your life. Don't waste it. Know that He is God.